Hope you guys are enjoying your holiday season. We've seen some huge gains recently in crypto with things like XRP, Link, HBAR, and all these older coins just running up. And eventually this money is going to trickle down into lower cap coins, and we're going to see some big gains there. And so one area that people are kind of sleeping on right now is meme coins. And I think once we get this money, these people taking profits on these higher coins, we're going to see a lot of these meme coins take off. So I'm going to give you a few coins in this video that I think can 10x here within a fairly short amount of time. I'm also going to talk about Alex Becker's meme coin that's launching. Should be sometime this month or maybe next month. I'll give you an update there. And then I'll also update you on Peaq, which I talked about in the last video and where I think that's headed. So if this sounds good to you, hit the like, hit subscribe. And if you're new to this channel, what's up guys? I'm Seth. I've been in crypto since 2019 and I started this channel a couple months ago. And I've been making some solid calls here. I called 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗏 when it was under $2 and mentioned Department of Government Efficiency when it was at 6 cents, and now that's up to around 30 cents. So a lot of this stuff on this video that I talk about is time sensitive. So make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on if you don't want to miss anything. But let's get started with Bitcoin, as we always do here. And before I do, I wanted to mention too that I'm going to be doing a giveaway. And so stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll tell you how you can enter that giveaway. But let's go to Bitcoin here and see where we're at with that. And we can see that Bitcoin ran back up to, as the recording this video, it's at 99K area after being down around, hitting around that 93,000 area. And a lot of people were calling for Bitcoin to go back down to the 80K range and even the 70K range. And I was saying in the last video that I didn't think that would happen, because if we just look at Bitcoin historically and how it's performed like in 2016 and 2020, we can see that the average return there was in the 30% range, about 36, 37%. And so with the price at the beginning of the month, that would put Bitcoin at around $125,000 range. And so that's where I think we're headed. And we might not get that high, but I think we're headed in that direction for this month. And then I talked about a coin that I thought could be the next Solana in last video called Peaq. And I just wanted to give you an update there. I got a few comments about Peaq and how it has a high diluted valuation, or fully diluted valuation, that's about 10 times what its market cap is. And I mentioned in the comments that I don't think this is something to be too concerned about in a bull market, and especially right now when we're entering the altcoin season, because any gains that we have from this are going to offset those. And if you look at the token release schedule for Peaq, it's fairly slow and steady, and it's going to be over the next several months. So you can see here just a few percentage points a month increasing in the supply. So I really don't see this as being too big of an issue. Because if we look at something like Layer 0, which came out in June, we can sort of see the same thing. This has a similar fully diluted valuation to market cap ratio, and it hasn't really impacted the price too much because lately it went up from down around $3 to around $6, and it did that pretty quickly. So the gains are just so big for altcoins during altcoin season that for me that stuff isn't something to be too concerned about. It's something you might want to look at if you might not want to buy before the coin is being added to the supply. But other than that, and even then, the gains are going to be so big that it's going to offset that typically. Now, with Peaq, I mentioned this last time, but I saw that I told you about this cup and handle formation that was forming with Peaq. And we can see here that this is kind of playing out just like a textbook cup and handle. And I'm not a technical analyst by any means, but I've seen this pattern enough that I know that we've usually see big gains when this comes up. And it doesn't break up to the upside all the time, but most of the time it does. So this pattern could break down, but you can see we have this cup shape here, and then the handle starts to go down and forms another cup shape. And then once we get to the other end, that's when things start taking off and we start to break. Once we break that all-time high, then we're kind of off to the races there. So I could see this happening with Peaq as well. So I'm still super bullish on Peaq. But let's now get into the main topic of this video, which are meme coins, and how I think a lot of these are going to start taking off here. And the first thing I wanted to update you on is Alex Becker's Memecoin, which is launching, should probably sometime this month. And as you can see here, the meme update, he says 100 winners, like, comment, share for cool points. Attention, we all know an allocation to my meme coin will likely print, so I'm adding 100 smaller allocations, and these will be likely worth multiple 5 figures. I will give these away randomly in my X post and YouTube videos, so follow close. They will be first come, first serve. So along with these bigger 8 allocations that you can get for solving one of the 8 ciphers, he also announcing here that he's going to give away 100 smaller allocations. And basically, you just need to be tuned into his Twitter and his YouTube, and the first people that respond or could be able to get these 100 other shares allocations. He talks also about the meme drop update here, and he says like, share, comment again to follow, rack up cool points. So this is another thing he's saying in a lot of his tweets is about these cool points. And so I don't know how we would track this, but it could be that you might get an allocation or opportunity to get a free allocation if you're liking and replying to his posts and interacting there. That could be something to do. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is just replying to his posts that he mentions these cool points on and liking and sharing those. And then I mentioned in his last video too that he mentioned something about Saturday Night Live, and he actually said this again. He said SNL skit in his last video. And so I think there's a good chance that this coin could release on a Saturday Night Live, and it could even be during a Saturday Night Live broadcast or a Saturday Night Live skit. So that's something to pay attention to on any of these days when Saturday Night Live is going on, is just keeping tuned into Becker, because I think that there's a good chance that it's going to release during that time. And then he also announced the next cipher, and this is one that's going to be pretty brutal, because he said, you told me the last challenge was not hard enough. You dared to challenge the 𝗏𝗏𝗺𝗏, so it's time for pain. So on Saturday, I will be doing a 12-hour stream starting at 4 a.m. Central, and for 0.02 seconds at some random point in the stream, a link passcode will flash. Whoever sees it and gets there first gets the cipher. And so I'm not gonna do this. Like, I might just look in temporarily here and there to see if I get lucky, but you would basically have to watch this whole 12-hour stream and keep your eyes peeled until this thing flashes. And so you might be interested in that, but I have a life and I have things to do. But yeah, so that's going to be crazy too. That's his next cipher. And if we get in early on this coin, guys, like, it's going to start at a $5 million market cap. And so if you can get in right when it releases, between that 5 to 10 million market cap, in my opinion, just because of Becker's poll and the following that he has in the space, this will go to $50 million like within a day or two, I think. And so if you can get in that early point, you're looking at a quick 5 or 10x, and then this could even go up to $100 million. And so you can get some really quick, good gains. So if you guys have any thoughts about any of the ciphers or any more hints about the release date, feel free to share those in the comments, and we can win together as a community and find out when this thing is going to release. But let's get into some other meme coins that I think can 10x, not as quickly as this one, but over the next couple months or so. I think we have 10x and even 50x and possibly even 100x potential on some of these before the bull run ends. So I'm going to give you a few of these meme coins that I'm bullish on, and some of these I've talked about already on my channel. And I'd rather, instead of giving you a bunch of new coins, I just want to let you know about the ones that I have high conviction in, that I'm already holding to and I'm adding to my position. And so the first one of these that I talked about in a previous video is 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁. And this is the video where I talked about, I think I found the next 100x, the next Doge coin. And so I give you all my justification and reasoning for buying Dog in that video, so you can go back and watch that one. And but I started talking about this one around, I think it was 0.004 cents area, and now it's around 0.0069, and it went up to around 0.008 and a little bit above. Now it's on a bit of a correction, so I do think this is a good point to get more of this, or if you haven't got into it yet, to get into it. And this is a meme coin on Bitcoin, which people aren't really paying attention to these right now, and this is the biggest meme coin on the Bitcoin network. And so we could see this thing really take off once people get more into Bitcoin and seeing that it has meme coins on it. And then the other one that I talked about in that 100x video, so you can go back and watch it there to see for more justification on this, but is Department of Government Efficiency. And I've actually talked about it a lot on this channel. I started talking about it at 6 cents, and it went up to about 45 cents, and now it's back down to 30 cents. And I like how this chart's looking right now. So I think it's a good time to add in. Ideally, you would have added in back at 20 cents here, right, when it had this dip, but I still think it's a good place to add in. And I just think that not anything, but these good meme coins that are associated with Elon Musk and Doge are just going to run hard. And especially with the Department of Government Efficiency with Trump coming into office, I just think this is going to be a huge narrative. So I'm going to be adding on to this position here today, probably. And then again, along with the Doge narrative, I mentioned Dogecast in my last video. And just to warn you guys, this one is super risky. It's a low market cap, around 13 million. But as we can see from the chart, it's had a little bit of a uptick recently and looks a little bit more stable, although we have had kind of these crazy spikes down. So just be careful with this one, guys. I'm gonna probably add a tiny bit to this. And with any of these meme coins, you never want to, in my opinion, you should never bet more than like 1% of your portfolio on any of these meme coins, because they're super risky. And especially something like this, you might want to go even lower. So getting into this, like, yeah, I'm just going to put a very low percentage of my portfolio in, because these are super risky. But that's another one there. And just researching this a little bit more, Dogecast, I found that there aren't too many big whales. So one thing to be concerned about is one or two people that are holding most of the supply. And with this case, the biggest holder only owns about 2% of the supply. And you can see here it goes down. There's a few with 2% and a few that hold 1% of the supply. So to me, that seems fairly evenly distributed. And that's another reason why I'm probably going to go ahead and get into that one. Now, again, I sound like a broken record here, but another Doge narrative is this 𝗧𝗧 coin. And this one has a bit of a higher market cap. It's around $700 million market cap. So a bit more stable if you're looking for something more stable, but still risky, of course. But I like how the chart looks on this one as well. And if you don't know about 𝗧𝗧, it's actually the heir of Doge. And so as we see here, adopted by the same loving hands that cared for Doge, 𝗧𝗧 was the first to deploy on Ethereum, led by the community and inspired by legacy. And we can come down here too and see that 𝗧𝗧 is the little sister to Doge and the heir to her legacy, adopted by the same woman that once owned 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁, the dog behind the Doge meme. 𝗧𝗧 carries forward the true spirit of meme coins and internet culture. And we can see here that This dog was originally abandoned by her owner and sent to a stray dog shelter for adoption. But 𝗏𝗏's journey is not unlike our own. After being rugged by the original dev, we decided to take over the project. 𝗏𝗏 is now 100% community owned and managed. With a strong commitment to giving back, we have already made a donation to the very shelter that once housed 𝗏𝗏, with more charitable initiatives to come. So I like that they're giving back there to shelters, and that they're a community-owned coin. And so I think that that could do very well as well. And with a lot of these coins, what we just saw 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗁𝗲𝗀, which Coinbase announced that they were going to put 𝗥𝗲𝗀 on their exchange. And so that shot up the price. And so any coins like this that haven't been added to Coinbase or Binance yet are good candidates to get in before that happens. And so 𝗏𝗏 is one that I think could get in on Coinbase. And then another one that I think Coinbase could add is Popcat. And I also mentioned this in an earlier video. I'm still bullish on Popcat, and I like what they're doing in their community. But if you want a lower market cap coin that's kind of related to Popcat in that cat meme area, one lower market cap one that I'm looking at right now is Bongo. And as you can see from 𝗏𝗶𝗃𝗃, aka the bonk guy, he's a big whale trader in space. But he says, Bongo, we're getting ready for his next leg up, in my opinion. Bonk guy's main cat meme coin pick on Solana. Best Popcat beta play, as it was deployed by the same dev that deployed Popcat. Pre-CTO and backed by a lot of Popcat whales and KOLs, and similar levels of mainstream popularity to Popcat. So he's bullish on this, and looking at their Twitter, it's kind of just a simple drawing here, but I do think it has the cute factor and the community involvement to where it could have a good run up to be a 10x potential there, or possibly more. And looking at this chart, we can see that it went up to up here, and then it came down. It's coming down lately. And so I think on a retracement here, this is not a bad level to add on. Again, anything under 100 million market cap, which this is extremely risky. So just be careful here. And one thing you could do is, if you're bullish on it, is just sort of dollar cost average in, because this could see more downside coming up. But eventually I do think this is one that can reverse and skyrocket when meme coins start getting that attention and more money starts streaming in from these higher cap coins that have popped off recently. And then another one to mention here, guys, is a coin that I'm super bullish on, that I've mentioned multiple times on this channel, and that's Pepe coin. You may have heard of Pepe, that was created, I think, in late 2023, 2024. But there's a Pepe that was actually created much earlier, back in 2016, called Pepe coin. And so this is the OG Pepe coin, and I made a video dedicated to this coin. It was one of the first videos I did, and I mentioned why this coin I think has 100x potential. It's a much smaller market cap than Pepe, but again, it's the OG, and it has a lot of bullish things going for it. But of course, none of this is financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. I just play one on TV. And so do your own research and see if something like this is right for you. But guys, let's talk about this giveaway. I'm going to give away $100. And to enter this giveaway, just go ahead and comment, leave a comment, and just comment what coin that you're most bullish on, or your favorite crypto. And you could even do your favorite 2 or 3. Just leave that in the comments, and that'll enter you into this giveaway. And once we get to 100 comments, I'm gonna take all these comments and do a random number generator, and whoever it picks is gonna win this $100. So you can also leave a regular comment. Just make sure to leave the coin first that you're bullish on, most bullish on. And then if you want to leave a comment after that, just leave it after that or separate it with another message. And I'll just go through and look through everybody that has said their favorite crypto or favorite 2 or 3 cryptos, add you in there, and then do the giveaway. And most of these coins are available on Bitmart and Blowfin, and these are both exchanges that are available in the US, so I have links down in the description where you can sign up and get a sign up bonus for those. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers, and we'll see you next time.